Parasoul is the premier charge character of Skullgirls. She aims to control space through large normals and fireballs, or set up mix using tiers. These are a unique mechanic to Parasoul that allow for these little fireballs to detonate. These can be used for confirms or for mix. She wants to go between these two playstyles and play a pretty well-rounded game plan. Parasoul's specials are a large part of what gives her her identity as a character. Parasoul has 3 different fireballs: a slow-moving plus on block L shot, a diagonal anti-air M shot, and a much faster moving but much more minus on block H shot. If a shot connects on either block or hit, it will leave a tier. You can also leave tiers by using 214K, the tier set special. These can be detonated, use the detonate special, they will detonate after a certain period of time, or by touching them with any fire property move. This is basically anything with fire on it that Parasoul uses. Another important set of specials are the egrets. L egret is a little bit hard to understand, but if you play Guilty Gear, it's basically a Roman cancel. It cancels the end lag of any move that you use. M egret is a shield that can be used to block an infinite number of projectiles or a single hard hit. H egret is a hit grab that goes full screen, normally used for corner carry routes and stuff in combos. However, important to note that it can be hit and destroyed. While we already went over L pillar, that's detonate, M pillar can be used to restand some niche combos. Finally, H pillar, this is your main reversal. This is what you're going to be wanting to use, and you can actually combo off of it using either an assist or bike super 236kk. Do note though that there is a dead zone directly above her head when she uses it. A large part of Parasoul's game plan is going to be shooting fireballs and playing that mid-range game. So say that someone is jumping over your fireball, right? And they're trying to get at you. What do? You're going to want to primarily be using preemptive buttons. So either jumping buttons, jump back, jump forward, neutral jump, and use your large hitboxes to try and discourage them from that. You can also use your grounded buttons, like 2 MP or 5 HP, to kind of vacuum down to the ground. Finally, Parasoul is blessed with an ungodly air throw. This thing is massive, this thing is a vertical wall. You can grab from so low down, it's insane. Use it. Finally, you can also use pillar if you wanna. That thing is invincible and is comboable after. Now before we get into mix, let's talk about what our options are for each of our mix options. So first, going over overheads, all of our jump buttons are overheads. However, specifically the Chun-Li stomp, jumping to medium kick, fastest overhead in the game. If you do it perfectly and you do it as soon as you leave the ground, it is 11 frames, completely unreactable, and leads to a full combo with either assists or with tiers set up before. Additionally, she has access to 2 different standing overheads in forward light punch and back heavy kick. These are both real strong. As far as lows go, we have our crouching kick buttons, as well as a command normal with 6 medium punch. This looks very deceptive and can catch a lot of people off guard and block strings. As far as throws go, Parasoul doesn't have a command throw, but with her unique movement with her step dash, she can close space very quickly and lead to throws. Air throw, very important. Like I talked about before, you can get it so low to the ground, it's insane. Alright, now that we've talked a little bit about mix, what do we do once we've opened them up? So this is going to be the main bread and butter that a lot of people are going to use when they're starting off. It isn't optimal by any means, but it's very solid, very easy to get into, and builds a lot of the core foundation that you need to play Parasoul. Once you're comfortable with that and you want to start doing more to try and optimize for corner carry and mix in the corner, this is a route you can choose to use. It does not work on big band, that's important to note though. If you get a throw, you can either go into that bite combo and do it as the last combo showed, or if you want something really challenging, and I would not recommend this if you're starting off with the game, you can go for this route. 6 HP links are hard, I will not lie. After a burst bait or on heavy counter hit, this is a cute little route. I like it because it loops, and you don't see this type of loop up too often in Skullgirls. There's probably a better route you could be doing, but this is the one I use, so I put it here. You can do the normal BMBs in the corner, but if you want to do something that's a little bit, more damage or a little bit harder or trickier, you can go for this route. It's pretty consistent on most characters. Like pretty much every other character in the game, Parasoul does get a lot of benefit from using assists in combos, and this is an example of a 2-touch that utilizes that. However, it's not required, it's not something that you should really focus or be worried about learning, especially if you're starting off. I just want to show an example of what some of that assist routing might look like. Alright, so now let's go over a little bit of what the mix looks like for Parasoul, so some resets and stuff. So when you're doing resets in Skullgirls, one of the important things to remember is a lot of characters don't have a way to reversal you in the air. So when you're doing something like this basic vortex, going off of light punch, light kick, medium punch, you can either choose to mix them in the air using a left, right, throw, burst mix, or you can choose to let them land and then go high, low, left, right, throw. However, letting them land does let them either do falling buttons or DP on the ground, so be careful. Parasoul has a lot of other options to mix besides just the regular air vortex. So after 4 HK, you can go into a really tricky scenario by doing jumping light kick, medium kick, tier set, and then you can choose to either do 1 overhead, 2 overheads, overhead low, burst bait, fake overheads. There's lots of tricky stuff, even cross-ups. So this is one of my personal favorite resets for Parasoul. Once we're in the corner and we have 2 tiers set up using this type of setup, we can go for either an overhead, a low, a throw, a burst bait, or we can even just bait out of the DP by waiting and letting the tiers confirm for us. When you're in the corner, Parasoul also has access to some very strong burst baits. So here are some examples of how many hits you can actually get and still burst bait. So if they do burst on a projectile though, be careful, they will get a gold burst. You can go for strike throw, in this case, or if they choose not to burst, you can actually go for a mix up there with a high-low. More generally, outside of specific setups for burst baiting, you're going to be wanting to use larger normals that kind of pull back pretty quickly. So those would be things like jumping light punch, 2 MP because it's disjointed, or 5 LP. And these can be applied in tons of situations. Normally, you're going to want to do things like spaced out 5 LP or 2 MP, or jump back into JLP, and these will normally burst bait. 2 ways that you can use assists to try and spice up your reset game is either use assists that let you get a tier set off to go for some mix, or use an assist that hits low and go for an overhead at the same time. Before we finish up the video, I just want to go over a couple of little things that maybe I haven't covered yet. So first of all, pillar bikes, it's great. Invincible reversal keeps you safe. It isn't really safe though. A lot of characters can BBGC and punish it. Tiers can be phenomenal for confirming. Doing a normal into tier or doing a tier on a jump in gives you so much plus frames that you can take forever to confirm. Additionally, confirming off shot is something a lot of characters can do using DHC, so if you do sniper shot into something else, you can get tons of damage, and in some cases, you can even kill a character from full health if you have enough meter, the right team, and you know the routing well enough and the situation. But this is incredibly specific to 1, my team, and 2, a very specific situation where you have 5 bars and an entire team alive. Last thing that I quickly mention is team building. Parasoul is normally played point, however some people do have success with her in other positions. Here are a couple of top level Parasouls and what teams they use. I would recommend watching VODs to have an idea of how those assists are used and what you can do with them. But that aside, have fun playing Parasoul. I hope that you have a wonderful time with Skullgirls, and I'll see you all next time.